It was supposed to be a regular drive, just a weekend visit to my sister's house. 3 hours away, nothing complicated. I had my wife in the passenger seat, my 2 kids in the back, half asleep. We were on Interstate 84, somewhere in Oregon, winding roads, thick trees on both sides, and barely any cars in sight. That's when the GPS glitched. The voice froze, then stuttered. Recalculated. It suddenly suggested a shortcut. Save 40 minutes, it said. Through a side road I'd never seen before. I hesitated. But we were running late. So I took the turn. That's where everything changed. The road started off fine, just a narrow 2-lane strip cutting through the forest. But soon, the pavement ended, replaced by gravel, then dirt. The trees got thicker, closer, like they were pressing in on us. There were no lights, no signs, not even stars overhead anymore. My phone, no signal. Even the GPS stopped, just froze on the screen. Recalculating. My wife asked me to turn around. The kids started whining in the back. I agreed. But when I tried to turn the wheel, there was no space. The trees were too close. Branches scratched against the car, like claws. So I kept driving forward, hoping we'd reach a clearing, a crossroad, anything. Instead, we found a sign. It was hand-carved, rotted. It said, "You're already here." I stopped the car. My wife whispered, "What does that mean?" And then, something ran across the road. Fast, too fast, crawling on all fours. But it was human-shaped. And its face, it had no eyes, just a wide, gaping mouth, stretching ear to ear. The kids screamed. My wife cried. I floored it. The dirt path twisted over and over. But somehow, we were passing the same sign again. "You're already here." Like we were driving in a loop, over and over, trapped. I don't know how long we were stuck. The clock in the car froze at 3:33 a.m. It stayed that way for what felt like hours. Then, without warning, headlights appeared behind us. Another car, bright lights, flashing. I stopped, thinking someone could help, but when I looked in the mirror, there was no car, no lights, just darkness. That's when I gave up. I closed my eyes, held my wife's hand, and slammed the gas. I don't remember the drive after that. But the next thing I knew, we were back on the highway, right at the entrance of the shortcut. The road behind us, gone. Only forest, no tire tracks, no dirt, no sign, just paved highway. We made it to my sister's house hours later, silent, shaken. When we told her what happened, she didn't believe us, said there was no such road on that route. We checked Google Maps. There was no shortcut, never had been. And yet, in my glove compartment, folded and dirty, was that hand-carved sign. "You're already here." It was around 2:15 in the morning, just outside of Phoenix, Arizona. I was hauling a long-distance load, driving my rig through a stretch of highway so empty, it felt like I was the last person left on Earth. My eyes were burning. I'd been awake for nearly 18 hours, but stopping wasn't an option. Delivery deadline was tight, so I kept going, trying to keep my brain occupied. Music, podcasts, even talking to myself. That's when I saw her. A figure, standing right at the edge of the road. She was barefoot, wearing a thin white dress, and her hair was long and tangled, whipping in the wind. At first, I thought she was a hallucination. Sleep deprivation can mess with your head. But as I got closer, she stepped forward, right into my headlights. She raised her arm, thumb out. She was hitchhiking. Now, I don't usually stop. Too many stories, too many risks. But something about her, I don't know. She looked desperate, so I pulled over. She didn't say a word, didn't even look at me, just climbed into the passenger seat, sat with her hands folded, staring straight ahead. I asked where she was going. She whispered, "Just down the road." Her voice was soft, almost too soft, like it came from somewhere behind her. But I didn't push. I drove. Miles passed in silence. She never moved, never blinked, didn't even cast a shadow in the cabin lights. That's when the unease really hit me. I glanced over, but she wasn't there. The seat was empty. I slammed the brakes. My truck swerved a little, checked the mirror, checked under the dash, even got out and looked under the rig. Nothing. Gone. I stood there on the side of the road, heart hammering, trying to breathe, and then I heard it, a whisper, right behind me. "Thank you for the ride." I spun around, but again, no one. Only the desert wind. I got back in my truck, locked the doors, and drove. Didn't stop again until I hit the next state line. Didn't sleep either. But the worst part? When I got home, I checked the dash cam footage. It recorded everything. The road, the sky, my voice. But the passenger seat? Empty. From the moment I stopped to the moment I heard that final whisper, there was never anyone there. I drive long haul, night shifts, just me, the road, and static on the radio. That night, I was hauling cargo through Nevada, a stretch of Route 50. It's called the loneliest road in America, and believe me, it lives up to the name. Around 2:30 a.m. I saw him, a man, standing in the emergency lane, facing traffic. He wasn't waving, wasn't signaling, just standing, still, as if he was waiting for something. I slowed down, leaned to the side, trying to get a better look. His face was pale, expressionless. His eyes weren't reflecting the headlights. I drove past, fast, didn't stop, but I checked my mirror. He was still there, except now, he was walking toward my truck. Fast, but I was doing 60. There's no way. I pressed harder on the gas, muttered a prayer, tried to convince myself I was imagining things. Then, 3 minutes later, another figure appeared in the distance, standing, same posture, same road. I passed him, same pale face, same dead eyes, and again, he turned, walked toward me. I was starting to panic, called dispatch. "Get me off this road. Something's wrong." They told me, "No one else is on Route 50. You're the only truck in that area tonight." 10 minutes later, it happened again. Another one. Same spot. I didn't even slow down this time. But when I passed, I swear, I saw all three of them now, in my rear view, standing side by side, staring. The road began to curve, then twist. Felt like it was narrowing, closing in. I blinked, and suddenly, there was no road, just dirt, and desert, and darkness. I slammed the brakes. But when the truck came to a stop, there was no one, no figures, no road signs, no GPS signal, nothing, just static on the CB radio. Then a voice broke through. It wasn't dispatch, it wasn't human, it just said, "You saw them. Now they see you." After that, I don't remember anything. I woke up the next morning, parked behind a diner. No idea how I got there, and no one saw my truck pull in. But my dash cam, it was still recording. And when I checked the footage, there was nothing, no figures, no road, just me, talking to myself, like I'd imagined everything. But here's the thing. When I reached for the glove box, there was a note. Folded. It said, "Next time, don't look back." I was driving cross country, late night, North Dakota, Nothing but fields, fences, and fog. Fuel was low. Phone was dead. Then I saw it. A glowing sign. Full service gas. Open 24 hours. Out here, in the middle of nowhere, didn't care. I pulled in. There was no music, no buzzing lights, just silence. Old pumps, rusty, the kind you don't see anymore. I stepped out. No one around. Then the bell rang, the kind that dings when a car drives over the black hose. Ding ding, but it wasn't me. I looked back. My car hadn't moved. A man came out, thin, wearing a name tag. No name on it, just static, like TV fuzz. He smiled, but his teeth were all wrong. Too many of them. And they shifted when he talked. "You're just in time," he said. "Just in time for what?" I asked. His smile widened. The refill. He grabbed the pump, except it wasn't gas. Thick, black, viscous. It oozed like oil, but hissed like something alive. He pushed it toward my tank. I backed away. "No thanks, I'm good." But the man wasn't there anymore. Now there were 3 attendants, all dressed the same, all smiling, all with shifting teeth. They closed in. Behind them, the gas station had changed. It wasn't a building anymore. It was a mouth, roof split open, neon lights like eyes, signs twisted into tongues. I jumped back into my car, but the keys were gone, replaced by a note on the dash. "You asked for fuel. You gave us time." I don't remember starting the car, but I drove, faster than I ever have. Didn't stop until I saw daylight. Weeks later, I looked up the route I'd taken, tried to find that gas station. Locals told me that gas station burned down in the 80s. Everyone inside, gone, never found. And since then, people say it shows up, only to drivers alone on empty roads, at night, looking for a refill, looking for help. So next time you're low on gas, and you see a glowing sign in the fog, on a road that feels too quiet, just keep driving, because some places aren't meant to exist. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. These road horror stories, they remind us the real danger doesn't always hide in the dark. Sometimes it follows you. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe to Silent Terror for more chilling tales just like these. And as always, stay safe out there.